Hello, my name is Harish, and I'm here in Hyderabad today at the QHT Hair Transplant Clinic. And I'm going to be undergoing a hair transplant. So I'm going to share my journey with you. And I researched a lot of clinics, and I found that this is one of the best in the country. So come with me and join me on my journey. So my name is Harish Balan, and I am 61 years old, and I've had hair loss probably for about maybe 10 to 14 years. That's when I first started noticing that my hair were falling, and then I realized that both my especially my father, he went bald at probably about in his mid 50s. So I really didn't think too much about it. Right? I thought, okay, let nature take its course. But you see, my job requires me to speak a lot. I have a very public speaking persona. I give YouTube videos, I give a lot of presentations, I travel all over the world. I actually maintain residences both in the United States and in Hyderabad. And so somebody told me, actually, a friend of mine told me that why don't you look at hair transplants, right? And about maybe 10 years ago, the technology was not up to scratch at that point. Um, it was sort of a hit and miss, and only maybe 50-60% of the hair transplants actually work. Um, and so I forgot about it. But then, in the last maybe few months, I heard of this new technique called the FUE technique, the direct hair transplant technique, and the QHT techniques. So I realized that the technology has improved. And so then I started looking actively at hair transplant because for many reasons, really, people said, okay, why don't you use a wig or why don't you use other patches? But I looked at hair transplant because it is permanent. It is your own hair. So I'm not really transplanting my hair. I'm just kind of moving it around. Right? And so that's the reason I decided to go in for a hair transplant. And then it was a question of where do I do it? So people said should go to Turkey, or you should go to Bangkok, or you should go to South Korea. And these are all options, of course, but I also looked at options in India. I mean, I'm from India. I thought, okay, let's look at options in India, and they are just as good clinics over here. And since I'm from Hyderabad, I started looking at clinics in Hyderabad, and QHT, they came quite highly recommended. They were very friendly when I first talked to them. And so I researched other options as well in Hyderabad, and I decided to go with QHT for a couple of reasons. First is I just had a good trust level with the doctor who talked to me the first time. That's important. I think you should go to people whom you trust, and I mean that's an important factor. And the cost is about the same everywhere, so that is really not a factor. So you should. I think I picked QHT because it is in Hyderabad. They have the best doctors. They have a beautiful clinic, and so I'm looking forward to a good experience. So my expectation is that, uh, well, I don't want to look 20 again, but I want to try to get as much of my hair back as I can, and hopefully I'll come back to you and tell you how good it was. So yeah, so I started noticing hair fall probably in my early to mid 40s, and that's when I started researching what are the possible remedies. So people said, you should change your diet, or you should not go out in the sun. You should wear a cap. And then I obviously did all those things, and it really didn't make a difference. And I realized that genetic factors play a big role. So my father went bald in his mid 50s itself. So I think that's obviously an important factor when you consider hair loss remedies. And I tried all the diet and exercise, and of course those things do matter, but they don't really prevent hair loss. I mean, so I think that's the reason I decided to go in for a hair transplant, because it is your own hair. It is permanent, and technology exists today to be able to do it and do it effectively with minimal invasive procedures. So when I decided to go in for a hair transplant, now it was a question of where do I do it? So people said to go to Turkey. Apparently, that's the capital of hair transplants today. And now Turkey means you have to take a flight, go there, unknown place. I've never been there before. So I have no idea what to expect over there. And just by looking at YouTube videos and so forth. So that was an option. The other option was, getting it done in India itself. And so I started looking at that a little bit more carefully because, I am from India, I'm from Hyderabad. And if there were good doctors available here, then this was the best option. So then the question came, now what do I look for in a doctor? So I think it was important for me that I trusted the people that I went to. And so that was a very important part. The second thing is they are using the latest equipment and the latest technology. And I think that is extremely important in a procedure like this. Hopefully you don't want to do this only once. So that's the reason you want to go in for, the best surgeon, the best equipment, the best clinic, the most hygienic conditions, and everything should be world class. And the third thing, of course, is cost. Cost is always a factor in anything you do. But I think that should be less of a factor in a procedure like this than the other two things that I mentioned. So yes, so if I come back to you, where to do it, what kind of clinic should it be, and what is the cost of the procedure. So these are the three things that went into my mind, and I picked QHT for because they ticked all the boxes. And at the end of the day, I'm quite satisfied so far from all the interactions I've had with all the people over here. So am I nervous? I'm excited, I'm nervous, I am feeling all these different emotions here, and all this thinking, all this thought, all this research over the past couple of years. The day is finally here. August 30th, I'm here, and I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to the results. I gotta say, I'm a little bit nervous, right? I don't know how painful it's gonna be, or what it's gonna, how it's gonna all work out. But I have the end in mind, and so I'm really looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to a good outcome, and excited, anxious, nervous, all of those things. So my hairline used to be somewhere over here when I was in my 20s and 30s, and it's been slowly receding, and now it's over here. I don't know if I want to go back to what I used to be when I was 30 years old, but maybe somewhere halfway through. I think more importantly, I'm looking for coverage. I don't want to see a lot of bald patches, and I also want to stop the progression of hair loss. So that is also an important factor. Now, what am I concerned about? I'm not concerned, but I first have to shave my head. I've never done that, so I have to look forward to a new look. And then over the next few months, I'm wondering how things are going to grow, and whether they say that some of the transplanted hair is going to shed. So I don't know what's going to happen over there. So I don't know. I think they say to be patient and to wait for 1 year to see the full result. And so I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I don't mind waiting for 1 year to get that full result. So all the tests have been done, the photographs have been taken, everybody is ready, and now it's time for the procedure. So let's do this. So this is where my hairline used to be before the hair fall. And now we're hoping that it's going to go back to where it was. So wish me luck, and let's hope for the best. Okay, so we are back, and I have now completed my hair transplant procedure. And let me tell you about what I've experienced over the past maybe 48 hours. So yesterday I came in, and I had a complete haircut. So that was the first time I actually looked myself in the mirror, and I was totally bald. Never seen myself like that, so that was very interesting. And then, doctor came in and he did the hairline. He actually did a very good job. He gave me 2 or 3 different options and, age appropriate options. And my wife and I, actually, my wife was there as well. So she also, had an opinion. And we picked a hairline that is appropriate to my age and, to my prior appearance. And now after that, I went into the operating theater. So it was, very clean. It was very, very, very professional. And I have to tell you, this is the first time I've been to in any operating theater. I've never been in an operating theater in my life. So it was quite something. It was very cold. And there was a whole team of people there, all wearing green, and I had to wear the scrubs as well. And everything was explained to me very well. There was a doctor by my side all the time. I don't remember his name right now, but he was always telling me, hey, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get anesthesia. You're going to feel this kind of prick, or you're going to feel this level of pain. And whenever you feel, more than you can handle, please let us know. So I always felt very comfortable. And so then, anesthesia happened, and then there was another doctor that came in, and he actually performed the slits. Now, this is where, enormous amount of expertise is required, right? To put in the slits in the right direction so that the hairs can be inserted in there at the right angle and at the right, in the right location. And so this is where this is what you really pay for, right? This is really what hair transplant skill is. So he completed that, and I have to say that went off very, without any problem. I never felt any pain. I never felt anything. He was talking to me the whole time. In fact, he even played some music, and it was fantastic. I mean, I thought this was an absolute breeze. So it was a fairly long day. I mean, we wrapped up. We started at about maybe 3:30 or so. We wrapped up by about 8 o'clock. But at no point did I feel any discomfort, or I just felt like I was among friends, and we were chit chatting, and he was asking me about my background, and I was talking to him. It was all just great. So then I went back home. I had dinner. They gave me some tablets. In fact, they gave me a very, very good briefing on what to expect the next day, and what is the post-operative care. So this is very important, by the way. The first 15 days after hair transplant surgery is probably the most important time. So then I'm back, day 2. So today is day 2. I came in at bright and early, 9 o'clock. I had breakfast at 8 o'clock. I came in at 9. I had taken all the medicines that they had asked me to. They did again some pre-surgery blood tests, sugar tests, and a blood pressure test. And we were back in the operating theater. And so today was a fairly intense day. So I had 5,000 grafts. So to give you an idea, so that is 5,000 incisions have to be placed on your scalp. And as you can imagine, this takes time, it takes patience, and I have to say the team was outstanding. I did feel some discomfort along the way. I kept telling them, and they added, anesthesia as and when required, and so I really appreciated that. It took about maybe 7 to 8 hours to complete that, to complete the entire procedure. And throughout, I never felt any, I always felt I was in good hands. I always felt that I was around experts and people who know what they're doing. There was a whole team of people. I'm sorry I don't remember everybody's name, but every single one to a person, knew their job and knew what they needed to do, and were very polite, very, very engaging. And overall, I have to say I've had an exceptional experience. I'm very glad to have picked this clinic, and I'm really happy that the way things have turned out. I know it was two full days of being here, but I'm really glad, and I think this is going to be a life-changing experience for me. So I'm really looking forward to the result here. I'm looking forward to giving you another update maybe 6, 7, 8 months from today. And like I said, I'm very happy to have picked this clinic, picked this team of doctors, and all of them are very nice, very polite, very competent. And I would highly recommend this clinic to anybody who is interested in a hair transplant. So if you're thinking about it, obviously I would tell you, please do your research. Please understand what this procedure is. This is not like going to the hairdresser. This is a medical procedure. So please be aware of that. But I would definitely recommend this clinic. I've had an exceptional experience. I'm looking forward to the results. So prior to coming for a hair transplant, I always thought about a couple of things. First of all, is it going to be painful? Right? Is it going to work? And let me answer those two questions. So is it going to be painful? Well, it is a medical procedure. They will put incisions in your scalp. And but there is anesthesia, so you don't really feel too much. You feel pressure, you feel some level of discomfort. If you ever feel pain, you can always tell the attendant over there. They give you more anesthesia, so that is not really a factor. So I don't think you should worry about that. Now, is it going to work? Well, if you have a good donor area, right, which apparently I did, it will work. 99% of the time it works. So I'm looking forward to my own hair transplant working, and I've known others as well for whom it has worked. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. Now the question comes is, this is a clinic. It's in Hyderabad. Let's say you are to travel here alone. I guess you would feel like, do you have the support system? Do you feel like you want to do this journey alone? Maybe this is your first time in India. I would strongly recommend it. The reason is that ultimately, you are alone. In the operating theater, there's nobody else who's going to be with you. The only people that you're going to trust are the people who are around you, the doctors, the attendants, the medical professionals. And you can trust these people. They've done million. I mean, you're probably doing the surgery for the first time. They've done it, thousands of times, tens of thousands of times. So you can definitely trust them. They're very competent. They're very qualified, and you can ask them any questions. In fact, they answer more questions than you have asked. So I would not be concerned about that. They offer you a pickup and drop service as well from your hotel, so which is also very beneficial. Now, in terms of post-operative care, right, that is very important. It is not just the surgery. So the first month, the first 30 days after you finish your surgery is probably the most important. It is a make or break. It is basically going to determine whether your hair transplant is going to work or it's not going to work. And there are many precautions that they give you. They give you a very comprehensive booklet. They give you medicines. There's a number that you can call to ask any questions. And so you better follow all of these things, right? So this is not like having a haircut. You have to take your medicines. You take care of the transplanted area. Make sure you avoid any exposure to dust, and to just have a good diet. Not too many fried foods and things like that for 30 days. Don't do any swimming or any intense activities. And so I definitely plan to do all of those things. And that's it. If you follow them, their advice, I can almost guarantee that it's going to work for you. So today is day 0. I have finished my surgery, and 5 days later, I'm going to come back for a head wash. But what I did is, right after the surgery, I took a look at myself in the mirror, and I have to say, it is quite amazing. You've seen my before picture. This is my after picture. So this is all the transplanted hair, and I think I told you I was feeling excited, anxious, and nervous. Now I'm only feeling excited, because I know that this surgery has gone off well, and I cannot wait to share with you all the results that are going to come over the next weeks, months, and hopefully years. So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Hello friends, if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you will get update on every video.